All right, so so sorry for the network issue. Let's see if we can actually complete this project. So like I was saying, we started building this data system that could help an organization to track their sales inventory. So we refer to this as sales inventory. I think I was still talking about Excel query formula construction before I was logged out by the network. So let's see how we can actually complete this project. We have already calculated the total, and we have also calculated the discount. So let's start from how do we calculate the actual price. So like I told them in that section that we need to understand the communication. We need to understand the communication because that is what we actually inform you on how to go about with the query formula. So the communication here is that let's look at the name Prosper. Purchase 20 laptop at the rate of 600 naira or dollar. And then after calculating the quantity by the rate, we arrive at this, and you give out a discount of this. Now, what the customer is asking you is, okay, if you remove this discount from this total, how much will I pay? That's exactly what you want to calculate here. So our direct formula is going to be this particular percentage by the total. That is, we multiply this percentage by the total. Sorry, we subtract this, we subtract the discounts we have given from the total, and that will give us the actual price. So how do we write that? How do we compute that in a cell? So we are going to reference this argument, which is L11, and then minus this argument, which is the discount calculation you have given. And then you press enter. Now remember that once you have calculated the first one, you just click on that first one and double click on this dotted edge to autofill, and that will perform the calculation for the rest automatically. I hope somebody got that, please. Let me get a response if actually the sound is good.
Yes, sir, we got it.
Okay. So now let's look at the VAT. So how do we calculate the VAT? So the VAT is value added tax. Value added tax. And we have already stipulated that the percentage for the VAT calculation is 7.5. But if you are working for an organization, you do not have right to assign that VAT. You are to consult your boss or whoever is in charge to have an idea of the percentage for calculating the VAT. So I'm going to proceed with this as an example. So let's assume that we are to calculate 7.5% of actual price, because the moment you have derived your actual price, you have no business relating to total price, because out of this you have given out certain discounts. So every other calculation that will happen here will be relating to what? To actual price. So here I will start by entering the equal sign, which is the rule of entry formula in a cell. And then the first thing I'm going to do is to type that 7.5. That's 7.5. Then hold down the shift button and press letter 5, and that will allow you to attach the percentage symbol. And then, of course, you bring in your multiplication operator. Then you now reference the actual price argument. So by the time you hit enter, the VAT for this particular actual price is this. And to generate other VATs, you simply click on the generated or the calculated value, then point to the dotted edge, double tap, and that will calculate others automatically as well. So while you are doing this, you are pressing Ctrl S to continue to update your entry. So let's look at how do we calculate our deposit. Deposit is the initial amount you want them to pay because you are running accrual type of business, like I explained last time, where they are allowed to pay what instrumental, and that is what you have already specified here, that before they can be allowed to go with the products, they must pay 50%. So how do we calculate that? You start by entering your equal sign as well, and then you type that 50, and then hold down the shift button and 5 to attach the percentage symbol, and then shift and 8 to insert the multiplication sign, and then you now reference the same word actual price, which means that this deposit percentage is based on the actual price after removing the discount. Then you press enter, and then the same thing, you select the first one, point to the dotted edge and double tap, and that will calculate the rest automatically. Then of course, let's look at the last one, which is the balance. So how do we calculate our balance here? Taking into consideration that we have value added tax, which is like additional payments, though we refer to it as indirect taxation, right? So you need to find a way of adding it before or adding it to the balance, except you have another way you want to collect it from them. But the best thing is for you to build it into the balance. So as they are paying their balance, they are also paying the VAT. So if I'm going that way, the first thing I'm going to do is to combine this and this first. Then I can now deduct the summation of this and this. Deduct the deposit, the amount the person has paid from the results I must have gotten by adding this and this together, and that will form my balance. Or I can decide to do the arithmetic directly, but I prefer simplifying it. So that will take us to adding additional column. So it's a good one so that we also learn how to do that. So we are going to add a column that will come in between the VAT and the deposit. Sorry. So we are going to add a column that will come in between the VAT and the deposit. So in this case, this is the column to be shifted so that we can create room for the total or the summation of actual price and VAT before removing the deposit from that summation. That will give us our balance. So once I have identified the column to be shifted, in this case is column P. So I will trace it up and select the letter representing it, and then which means that you have actually highlighted everything in that column. So once you have done that, the next thing to do is to go to the Home tab. From the Home tab, you select what? Insert. So you click on Insert, a cell will automatically add a new column, and then you can now title that column actual price. So let's say actual price plus VAT. Actual price plus VAT. Now, the column description has given us the the formula. The formula is for you to simply add this plus this, and then the result will be outputted here. So equals to, I'll start by picking this argument, then insert my plus sign, and then pick the next argument, and then press what? Enter. All right, so now the next thing is for us to autofill to get other information. So let's just see if we can try to complete this particular project. So now that we have calculated the sum of actual price and VAT, we can now say our formula for the balance will now be removing this from this word total. So of course, this is minus. You have to start with the highest value. So which means that the formula is the sum of actual price plus VAT minus the amount the customer has paid, which is the deposit. So I'll start by referencing this argument, then insert my minus, and then pick this, and then before you hit enter, so this is the balance. Okay, so let me see if we can complete this. Will allow us to share our screen. Let's just see if we can actually complete this task. The network is very unstable. I will not be able to start a new topic, so I'll start the new topic tomorrow. But let's just see how we can complete this project. I don't know if you were working alongside with me. So if you were doing that, please kindly let me know so that if there's need to. Any question? Any question?
Please, I have a question.
Okay, so what is your question?
I didn't follow very well on this project. I don't know if you can please help us run additional one so that we'll know if we can catch up.
Additional one like what?
Please.
Like what?
Like another fresh project.
That is not possible. The video is there. Go and sit down. Go and sit down with the video. That is the advantage of online training like this. The classes are recorded. You are trying to bother us with not doing the assignments. That is what you are trying to do. There's difference between you attempt and maybe you got stuck somewhere. So what I will have done now is to say, okay, share your screen. Let's see that particular aspect that you did not understand so that we can correct you in the class, not requesting for taking the class again. When we are even looking for time after the network disturbance, you are telling us to go back again and start. No, and please let me say this here. These three classes, they are just like bonus, and I want us to prioritize them on a serious note. Because you will have issue if you feel that you don't want to create time to practice. By the time we start the analysis proper tomorrow now, to be honest with you, you will be lost. That is just the truth. So I expected you to count this as favor for me to go back and start training you on Excel basic. It's a different training entirely. It's not part of what we are supposed to be looking at now. So the way you will have encouraged me is to have sat down with this. How many days? The last class was Saturday last week. You have that Saturday, you have Sunday, you have Monday, you have Tuesday, you have Wednesday, you have Thursday, you have Friday. No. So, Mother Tonia, please, the video is there. What you do is that after this class now, sit down with the video. watch the video. When you finish watching in fact, if you follow that video, you should be able to update your project to where we started from this evening. Except if you are telling us that, okay, you have computed part of it, but you have issue with maybe computing discount you don't understand or total, then I will allow you to share your screen right now, and then we'll see how we can help you out. Okay, I hope it's clear to you, man. Please, we need to.
Yes, sir. Actually, I've started working on something, but I've
Okay,
not really imputed anyone. So, but I have my worksheet ready, but I've not imputed at
okay,
all.
so just go and do it. That's your assignment. Go and do it. Just make sure that before tomorrow, your database or your report is up to where we stop. I want to see if I can quickly convert this video and send it tonight so that we can quickly apply it to complete our projects. Because I actually wanted to complete this, if not for the network interruption. My plan is to just to quickly complete this and then introduce an intermediate aspects. And then before, though the intermediate aspects will be stepping us into some basic analysis already, but that is not analysis proper. But I hope that tomorrow we should be able to have a better network and start on time. So let me hear from someone else. So your classwork, I think we can be doing it now. You can actually be doing it now. For those of us that stopped at discount, you can quickly fix this, even as we are talking now. Ahmed, do you have any question, or are you working on it already? Mrs. Sandra?
Yes, sir.
I am done with it. I
have
just
a
want to share my
question.
screen.
Okay, you want to share your screen, right? Somebody said you want to share screen. Okay, Mrs. Sandra, go ahead. I think you will also say something.
Yes, I followed up to
Okay.
from where you started, as in the customer details,
Okay.
up to this balance. I didn't get how you got balance.
Okay.
Then the header where you designed, I couldn't do my own. If I highlight the columns together to be able to type in this digital tech, I go to insert,
Okay, this
then color.
particular one,
It
right?
doesn't, yes,
This is where you are
yes,
having issue,
that,
not here.
yes, no, not there. I
Okay.
understand everything, even how to impute the formulas.
Wow.
But
Okay.
this digitech zeal, I don't
Okay.
know. I didn't.
Okay. So, what you are asking, thank you very much for at least you have settled the main parts. These ones are just peripheral. Now, what we did was that this test is a graphic test. It's not the same thing as this test. And for you to write graphic tests in Excel or even in Word or PowerPoint, what you do is that you go to Insert. I hope you are
Yeah.
following now. So once you
Yes,
get
sir.
to Insert, you now go to this test section.
Okay.
Then when you expand it, you might be seeing the word art directly. But if you are not seeing the word art, just make sure you expand it like this and then go to the word art, and then you will see all these symbols. All these are like test templates. So anyone you choose, your test will look like it. For example, now, if I choose this one, that is how the test will look like. So it will give you this
Okay.
as a sample. So if it is not selected, you click on it and highlight all the letters and type. So once you start typing, it will replace the one that came with it. I hope that is clear. Is it clear? Madam, is it clear now?
It is clear. It's clear, sir.
Okay, remember that after typing it, for you to color it, then you have to still select it, and then
Yes, sir.
you go to text field, text field that is under format shape. You can as well even color from home. You can use a home color to color it, or you can as well do it from shape format. You go to text field and then you choose any color. And then you can say you don't need the line color. So that is how we computed these three words.
Okay.
Okay, so any other, I think somebody will say something. Mr. Okay, I think two who are not here. Which other person again? Ahmed, you wanted to say something? Mr. King, I think you promised us that before the next class, you will have sorted out your Excel. I hope
Oh
you.
yes, yeah, I've sorted it out. So I'm working on the one that you just did now.
Okay,
So
okay.
once I get it done, I will send it through the WhatsApp.
Okay, good. So now, Ahmed, you wanted to say something? I just want to make sure that we don't have issue with this so that tomorrow class we go on well. Ahmed, are you working?
I'm good. I'm good with everything we have done.
Okay, okay, that is good. That is good. So, Mrs. Tonia, please make sure that you quickly work on it between now and tomorrow, please, so that you will not be left behind. I hope that is taken so that we will end the session here. So I will assume that we just use this session to complete this project. So tomorrow we'll start with new topic. So sorry about the network. It wanted to rain and the weather wasn't stable. So I think the weather is good now, but unfortunately, if I start the new topic, I will not be able to. I don't want to teach this in hurry because those topics are very powerful. You need to understand them very well. It's not what somebody should teach you in hurry. So let's just go and settle down for this and make sure that we verify all the verifiable before tomorrow. All right. So good night, everyone. So see you tomorrow. Thank you for bearing with us.
Good night.
Yeah.